In just over 7 kilometers, you'll come across some lovely countryside and also several old watermills. Some still contain ruins of the old machinery that is now part of Villaviciosa's history and ethnography. Setting off from Valbucar along the path that appears beside the information panel that shows the map of the route, you'll soon arrive at the first watermill called Griselda, situated on private property, but you can still see its ruins. The path begins to change. Sometimes the river, the protagonist of this route, overflows onto the track and the path becomes a series of stones, half submerged in water. It's quite an adventure. Several signs point to different routes. You'll have to cross the river in order to see the watermill of Villaverde, but you'll have to cross back over again and head towards the road to continue on this route. As you continue on upstream, you'll find a pleasant path that will take you through some splendid countryside. The ruins of the Watermill of Profundu await you. The course of River Profundu is narrow for the main part, its deep glens brimming with wildlife and a large variety of indigenous vegetation: oaks, chestnut trees, poplars, elm trees. Once at the parish of Coro, you will come across the ruins of the watermill of José Chico. There is a personal story behind these ruins. José Chico was the last person to work on this river, but not to mill grain, but to produce electricity for the village of Callado. The ruins of those hydraulic inventions of the past, which form part of the local ethnography, appear alongside the uneven path. There are more than 18 to discover in this area alone. The sunlight changes into shades of green as it peeks through the trees. A little further on, you'll come across the ruins of the watermill of La Ollina, whose river course forms part of the path. Shortly after, you'll see the watermill of La Peña, with its fabulous waterfall and the rocks it has shaped over the centuries. You can actually go inside to see parts of the original mill. You can almost imagine the sounds of the millstone grinding the grain. As you leave this marvelous spot, you will soon discover the ruins of other watermills. Now almost at the end of our route, follow the narrow stone bridge over the river to get to the watermill of Arriba. Inside it had enough space to house its machinery, and to one side there used to be a stove that the millers could use to warm themselves with during the winter nights of the milling season. The mill also had a small window which faced the machinery to shed light on it from outside. The path then takes you up a steep climb for a short while, where you'll arrive at the village of Puslath. As you walk up the hill, you might recall the name of Rafael Balbín Loredo, now deceased, who was the precursor of this route. He loved this land. He walked along here many times, and this route became known thanks to his writings in his books and articles. And so, now with our minds filled with the beauty of this route and its history, we leave to return to the main road, while the sounds of Watermills past and the river itself fill our thoughts.